Whoa, oh, oh. Da, 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 whoa, oh, oh.
Dinner today is going to be super simple. Like the easiest thing ever. I am just making seasoned ground beef. I've seasoned it with some garlic powder and some salt, and gonna remove it from the pan and make some Velveeta shells and cheese, and then put the meat back in. 2 boxes going in. And I'm just making buttered corn to go on the side, and I know that's not going to make a pretty plate, but it's going to be just fine. I don't really have much as far as vegetables go. This sounds good. So, corn it is. We're going to have an all yellow or all orange
I've been
meal.
working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased.
I'm going to add a little bit of milk just to thin it down a little bit.
It's a chance to start.
Oh, like I said, it's not the most gourmet meal, but it is food in our tummies, and I specifically bought the boxes of mac and cheese just so that I could make something like this on a day that I didn't feel like cooking, which is today. I really didn't feel like cooking today, but dinner is served. It's time to get dinner going. I'm cooking up some bacon to make some carbonara. We will have an extra person at dinner tonight, so this is just a really quick and easy dish to whip up on a weekday. Anyway, our guest is Cam's friend, and I think Bill is going to pick up some pizza as well, just because he was worried that there would be less carbonara for him, and he really likes it, so gonna fill up the children with pizza. But at least they go together. While I'm waiting for the bacon to finish and the pasta get al dente, I'm just gonna whisk a couple eggs here. Since I'm making a larger batch, I'm kind of doubling the amount of eggs and Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to do about a cup of parm. We'll just get that set aside. So now I'm removing my bacon, putting that over on a paper towel. Now right into the pan with the bacon drippings, I'm going to add some garlic. Quite a bit of garlic. This is about 2 tablespoons. And I do have the heat turned off. I just have some really hot oil still. I'm just going to start adding the pasta. And it's coming straight out of the pot. And a little bit of that pasta water is going in too. Now start tossing. Get all of that yummy garlic and bacon flavor incorporated all the way through. I'm going to add some salt, some white pepper, still out of black pepper. We do red pepper flakes at our house. Stir again. A little bit of the egg and cheese, and I'm going to try not to scramble my eggs. And you can add a little bit of the pasta water if you want to temper your eggs, and that's just getting them closer to the same temperature as the pasta so that they don't scramble. I have a feeling we'd eat it anyway, even if we had scrambled eggs in our pasta. So good. Now all of the bacon is going back in. And yeah, I used a lot of bacon. We did 2 pounds this time. So you can't go wrong with a pasta dish that has bacon, eggs, and cheese in it. More mixing and it got thick, so I am going to add some pasta water, thin it down, good and cheesy. I have my spaghetti pot right here on the stove still so that I can get some more of that pasta water if needed. Okay, now I like to come back with a little bit of cheese. I know I just thinned it down and then added more. Makes no sense, but it is what it is. And then let's make it pretty with a little bit of dried parsley. Because on camera, it doesn't look as pretty as it does in person. Okay, so we have made it to meal number 3, I believe. It's just been a doozy of a week, I'm telling you, with work. Bill and I have both been just going through it, like being put through the ringer, I guess is what they say. But here it is, it's Friday, and I think this is only the 3rd meal that I've been able to cook. I've been kind of working a lot and getting stuck at work. Let me know if you have a job where you could get stuck at work, like I do. Anyway, I got home really late last night because I had to do a double shift, so not only did second shift have issues, but so did third. So I really got home super late, and then I had to be back to teach a class. So after class, I took the rest of the day off and did a little bit of browsing at Hobby Lobby and ran some errands. I mean, yeah, you get free time and there's always errands to run. But right now, I'm browning up some ground beef and some sausage. And I'm not going to use all of this, so I'll probably just cook it and then remove it, you know, like half of it. And then put it in a container for another day. Kind of trying out this little cooking utensil here. I don't know what they called it. I think they called it a flipper, but I got it at TJ Maxx. It was like $4.99. It was a 2-pack. So I kind of like the shape of it and that it's just really little. But my thought was that I would use it to for sourdough when I'm mixing it up and all that, like to scrape the side of the bowl. But here I am cooking meat with it. So I was looking through my pantry to see what I had to make for dinner today, and it looks like I have some lasagna noodles, and I really needed to use up this ground beef. So I think I'm going to do something lasagna-ish. Not sure if I'm going to do a whole lasagna or like a lasagna soup. I'm going to start putting in some garlic. Keeping it really quick and simple. Here come the dogs. Be ready. I swear lately I do so much editing just to get the dog sounds out of my videos. Here comes the easy onion because I don't feel like chopping any. So here is one of my TJ Maxx finds today. So this is a glass storage jar with little wooden spoons that you can attach right to it. I was actually there looking for like something to put salt and pepper in that's really easy to get into. So this was $9.99, which was a good deal considering some of the salt boxes that I looked at were way more than that. And obviously they have like granola and coffee beans in the picture, but if you buy salt in bulk, then I don't see why you couldn't use it. And of course we use so much pepper, and I'm still out, so I won't be able to fill that. Again, those dogs, but I'm going to work on getting the stickers off, getting them washed up, getting them super dry before I put any salt in there because we don't want it to clump.
I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
Alright, I'm just gonna cover it and get it in the oven now.
Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da.
Hey, it's Saturday. We've made it this far. It's the end of the week for us, beginning of the weekend. I am just getting ready to have a Crockpot party. I'm going through the fridge and in the pantry and seeing what I have that needs to be used up. I got a lot of things to do today. Things that I put off, like getting the chicken coop winterized. I'm in Michigan, and we are expecting snow tonight after midnight, so I have some time. But I wanted to get a really quick dinner going in the crock pot because I'm getting ready to go outside and take care of this, finally. I have put so many things ahead of getting my girls ready for winter, and today is about to be the day. They're doing great. They're out there just puffed up, keeping warm. Chickens are really cold hardy, but you know, I don't want to deal with frozen water. That's not fun. I don't want to deal with having to dig my way to the coop. So there are things that I need to do that make chicken keeping easier for myself. So recently I made a meal with cabbage, and I have some left over, and I'm gonna make a soup, unstuffed cabbage soup. So basically I have the sausage and ground beef that I cooked up extra yesterday and put in a container. So I'm literally just going to be dumping things into my crock pot today. So I've got a good amount of cabbage going in. Yes, I am using a Christmas tree or a tree-shaped cutting board. My kids, they always say that I do get ready for Christmas too early, but I don't consider the tree to be a Christmas decoration. It's just something I get out about this time of year for what I call dark season, because it literally is dark here in Michigan at 4 o'clock. So before I even get home from work, it's dark. So I'm going to continue getting some veggies chopped up. I'm gonna do a bell pepper. We're gonna use all of it because if I put it back in the fridge, it's just going to get all wilty and sad. Give all those scraps to the chickens when I go out. And yeah, I'm getting started now. It's pretty early, but it's a crock pot meal, so slow cooking. And I know how I am. When I get out there, an hour will turn into 6, and I won't be in the house. But we have some siding from when we tore the garages down, and I had the guys put it aside for me so that I could use it on my chicken coop. So they're actually getting walls today, but that means that I have to get out power tools and everything and measure. I don't like doing that, so that's one of the reasons why I've been putting it off, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I would have loved to have some help with that, but it didn't happen and I'm out of time. I'm just going to take it slow, take it easy, be really careful. it's a chicken coop, so literally anything goes. Nothing has to be measured exactly. As long as you're blocking the wind and keeping them dry, you're doing good. You don't have to be skilled with tools or anything like that. They did super good last year with just wrapping their coop with plastic, but I had the materials and it was free, so I wanted to do that this year. So I'm just going to do one stalk of celery and cut that end off, and that's going in the chicken pile. Yeah, I could talk about my chickens for hours. I won't do that to you guys, but maybe I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I will have to dress warm. I'm just not used to that yet. I think in October we were still having 80-degree weather, and now I'm seeing a low of 20 something tonight and snow. But we know, here in Michigan, we know it's not the kind of snow that's going to probably stick and stay all the rest of the year, but it's going to get cold. So back here you can kind of see some of the ingredients that I have out. This bouillon powder has like one, like a serving in it, if that, but I found it in one of my cabinets that I don't really store food in anymore, but I had a few things in there, including this Uncle Ben's ready rice, the Mexican style, and since I was adding rice to this dish anyway, I thought that I'll just throw that in there. It's not really a rice that we love, but it'll be fine in this type of a recipe. I don't know, we just don't care for the pre-cooked rice pouches. And Bill doesn't really like rice at all, but he's not going to be home until later. And usually I can sneak it in and he's fine with it, but I don't know what it is about rice, just the idea of it, I guess. Well, let's just say that he likes to claim that he doesn't care for rice, but he actually does. Okay, one onion going in there. Now, I've had this rope of smoked sausage in my freezer for a couple weeks now, and today I'm just going to slice it up and throw it into the crock pot as well, get it used up. I actually really like the shape of this cutting board. It just makes the food, it makes it so easy for the food to come off. It's like the shape is a little arrow. Everything just goes where it's supposed to go. So next I'm just going to add that meat that I cooked yesterday. It's nice and cold, so it's stuck into the container. I always feel like I'm actually doing something special when I have pre-made meat. I feel like I'm ahead of the game. That doesn't happen a lot for me. So we'll just give that a little bit of a stir. Make some more room in our pot. And now the diced tomatoes with green chilies are going to join the crock pot party. I do not have any tomato sauce right now, so that is not going to happen today. Now I feel good that I can throw this little bit away. I do have like a full one of these in a different cabinet. Discovered these in a drawer. So we'll add those as well. It's like a tomato or vegetable bouillon. And I have 2 of them, so that's what we're doing. Oh, that really smells good. Now the Uncle Ben's. If I wasn't using this, I would just add some uncooked white rice. This is the Mexican style, so it will have that flavor in it. And I'm okay with that. Next, I'm going to start adding my water. That ended up being about 8 cups of water. And I almost forgot to add some garlic. I would have been sad. I love garlic. I am going to go find a good audiobook to download, grab my earbuds, put my boots on, and get outside. And I will be back to check on this periodically. And I know after being out in the cold, working in the coop all day, a nice big bowl of hot soup is going to hit the spot. All right, see you in a few hours. So it was once just open chicken wire and hardware cloth all along that side. Now there's some nice wood siding there. I also had already done a video where I put this plastic sheeting up. I'm going to make a like a piece that goes here that I can open and close. And the girls are looking at me like, why is she back? But I was actually just coming out to readjust the camera. Or attempt to, anyway. And I also got the plastic... Oops, that light is reflecting back. I picked up some of this corrugated plastic from Lowe's. And I just attached it, like, here. I drilled some holes into it. And then with a zip tie, I have it secured. Okay, and I do have an extension cord and some twinkle lights. This is an outdoor extension cord. Obviously, it is covered. It's under a roof. So, completely safe, and I'm only going to leave it on for a couple hours because it gets dark at 4. And then on the other side of this part of the wall is where the nesting box is, and so obviously I have to come back and put the hole in there. But they have their omelet coop if they choose to go into it, which they go in there and lay eggs sometimes. But this is where they like to perch. I did put some of the plastic up here so that they have wind block. You like your new house? I did shorten up their roost bars, so that's a little, I don't know if they're loving that. I made them a little bit smaller, so they have no choice but to huddle for warmth. So that is what I was working on, and now I'm going to go in and enjoy that soup that I made earlier. Good night, girls. Oh, it is so warm in my house. I am frozen to the bone. Thankfully, 2 of my sons stopped by, and one of them helped put the last 2 boards on for me. They needed some help at the cell phone store. They needed Mom, so I went to help them, and then they came back with me and helped me finish off my chicken coop and get it done before it was too dark. And the chickens, they would have been freaking out. They couldn't get into their coop when it was time to go in at night. But anyway, this soup smells so good. And there is so much of it. I am not complaining about that, though. Let's get some broth in there. This is exactly what I need tonight. I am so cold. Luckily, I got the girls ready for the snow that we're supposed to be having later today. I mean tonight. It's supposed to be about midnight, I guess. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you so much if you stuck it out all the way to the end. I told you I could talk about chickens all day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Whoa.